No, 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 no. The striking is worse. The striking is worse. The striking is worse. Let me tell you how. UD3 has better damage. It's got better rock states. It's got more responsive striking, far more responsive striking, snappier strikes. It feels better. It looks well. Okay, let me put it this way. Some UFC 3 strikes look better. Some UFC 3 strikes do look better animation-wise. However, they don't have any real follow-through to them. They don't feel like they're really putting their weight into them. In UFC 3, in UFC Undisputed 3, they put their weight into them. I put it out here. I don't like UFC 3. I'm not bad at it. I've got to Division 5, which isn't, you know, the best thing in the world, but I've gotten there before. I can do it. I still don't like this game. The animations are better. Some of them. I think Undisputed 3 does a better job with signature strike animations, but that's just me. Oh yeah, because fighters aren't cookie cutter like they are in this game. There are several different jab animations. There are even different sway animations in UD3. Oh, it's more fluid, it's smoother, it's snappier, it's more responsive. By default, that game is a better strike. It's got better gameplay because of that. By default, that's without even talking about the damage system. Nobody can say this game has better gameplay when it's as sluggish, unresponsive, and like it feels full of delay sometimes when like you get hit with certain strikes. You know, let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate. Watch this bullshit. I'm going to do this again. Okay, right. I'm going to grab. Who's got the highest leg health at welterweight? Right. Let's see. Who has the highest leg health? 97. We'll go with Tyron Woodley. Exactly. I mean, I know the devs, there is some passion there, and some of the concepts aren't terrible in this game, but they're just not executed properly, in my opinion. Okay, right. CM Punk. Not very good. Right. So, Tyron Woodley, 97 takedown. But UD3's team, the dev team, was full of passion. Exactly. Strike recording range on. Health on. Stamina on. Watch this bullshit. I don't really like it, to be honest, but something brings me back. I do sometimes like this game with a friend, and that's, I think, what brings me back. Not the feeling of playing ranked, but sometimes it feels good, but it's so rare, and it's... Bro, no, I'm sorry, but I can't take that seriously if you're going to say UD3 is awkward and clunky. No. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but that's not it. I have hundreds of hours on that game. Let me tell you, it is so not clunky. It is the smoothest game by a country mile that EA have ever made. Have you actually played it? Have you played it? Have you seen how well strikes flow? Okay, right. Watch this, right? So, recording on. Right, actually, you know what? Let me get a better kick, right? Let's go. There we go. So, what is that? Now, if I strike a little bit before, watch. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Playback on. What is this? EA, what? Sorry, this is not acceptable, EA. This is not acceptable in an MMA game. This is fucking stupid. What is that delay? Don't tell me it's for balance. Because that's just that's an animation issue on the end of the leg kicks being too slow. Actually, no, that's not even. What I gather that is, it's them trying to it's them trying to fix the. I think that delay is because if you were able to strike so quickly after the leg kick, you would be able to catch them and they wouldn't be able to defend. Here's an easy fix for that. Make the fucking leg kick animation quicker. It's so sluggish. Look at that. That's not how fucking. That's just not how slow they are. Oh, that one rocked me. Alright, CM Punk. Go on, son. It's the dumbest shit. It's the dumbest shit. Ugh. Oh my god. It's shit like that. And there's more of stuff like that. Oblique kicks will do the same. Low-lie leg kicks will do the same. Low-lie mostly. Mostly low-lie leg kicks. There's so many things that will make you unable to strike. It's so... Ugh! It's so annoying, and EA are just fine with it, and I don't get it. I don't get it. That right there is undefensible. Indefensible, rather. Among many other things. There's no takedown struggle for reasons unknown to man. There's the grappling, which I thought was good at first, and I played UFC 2, as it turns out there's no real skill to it. It's just build up GA, which is unrealistic, and then camp denies, and then transition. The swoop is nice. It's weird because I think the jabs and straights can be a little bit too quick sometimes, but all the kicks are so unbelievably slow, and some of the body hooks are slow. Oh, man. The striking takes skill, yes, but it's not realistic. That's what bugs me. I try and play realistic, and I'm fucking punished for it. I'm punished. I am punished for playing realistic in an MMA game. What sense does that make? What fucking sense does that make? I'm punished for playing realistic. Only in an EA game can you be punished for wanting to emulate the sport. This is why UD3 is better. This game is... Even when I win, this game fucking sucks dick. Like, I got a bullshit win earlier when he was like... When he ducked, and apparently it magnified the damage by 1,000,000. I wouldn't have such of a problem with it if... Like, the way he got into rubber guard. It's... There's no... Like... Okay, he filled a bar quicker than I could react. Why is it based on reactions? Nothing but reactions, you know? He was beating me up on the feet. Nick Diaz has way too much fucking power. I couldn't get anything off because he had insane hit stun, and Nick Diaz has godlike power on this game. Like, I don't understand. How could you make an MMA game? Like, how can you make an MMA game that punishes you for playing realistic? And I'm sorry, but if, like, the UFC is worse. I don't understand how these people can say it's the most realistic game ever. It is not the most realistic game ever. Have you played Undisputed 3? Well, Marshall Mind has. He still says it's the most realistic game. I disagree with him on that. I highly disagree with him on that. It feels worse to play. It's less realistic. People seem to get caught up in this notion that if it looks better, it is more... If it looks more realistic, it is more realistic. No, it's not. The first UFC game is an abomination. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. That shouldn't have been released. Should have stayed in the locker room of EA. It's oh my god. Martial Mind says this is the most realistic game ever. Now I like Henry, but I disagree with him. Multiple people have said that this is the most realistic MMA game ever. I don't get it. I don't get it. How could you say that? How can you say that? And here's the thing. You can say that, but the people who, like, guys like Martial Mind, right? Guys like Romero. Respect to them for being good. They are legitimately very good at this game. But the way they play, Martial Mind a bit more, Martial Mind less so, but high level on this game does not reflect real MMA in any way. It is high level play on this game is essentially a fighting game. Like, everything is like, nobody ever tries to use strikes at their fight. Like, nobody will play online on this game at a high level. Use Olynyk and throw overhands, right? Because it's, you get countered by so-and-so, such and such. But it's how the fight, like, it's how Olynyk fights. Like, it's like, I want to fight like Olynyk, but the problem is, well, I can a little bit, but you get punished because you get countered by so much, and the vulnerability is crazy. Here's the reason for that. There is no danger in Olynyk throwing overhands, because if I get caught by one strike, it does massive damage to me. They have nothing to fear coming back the other way. Do you know what I mean? I don't like fighting people who don't play realistic and like their fighter. Like they should in an MMA game. That's how people should play. The high level play on an MMA game should be realistic play. It should be realistic. I mean, it never has been. Except Undisputed 3 got the closest. Although online default ranked on that game was broken. It's fucked. Not broken, but it was fucked. It wasn't realistic. It was terrible. But simulation mode was supposed to come out. They never got it out. But that's what I don't get. You get punished for playing like your fighter. This is what UD3 did really well. You could play just like your fighter, and you could have success against even the best guys. I don't get it. And it was skill, like the grappling was skill-based. The submissions, skill-based. Although the subs in this game are fairly skill-based. Still very stat-based. The subs in UD3, skill-based. The clinch game, skill-based. Everything was based on skill. This is the only game that has an active online community. It's the only reason I still play it. And now and again I like to play with a friend and make a couple calves. But, like, it's the only reason I still play online. It's... oh, man. Does everyone else feel the same way? Does everyone else feel like it's bullshit that you get punished for fighting like your fighter? Like, you notice everyone has... everyone plays... like, everyone uses combos that are like... They're good within the meta. Like, regardless of how they look, or regardless of how they relate to how your fighter plays in real life, like... I don't get it. Oh, dude, Burt Watson, he's a legend. I don't get it, man. Like, here, let me give you a little explanation. If I'm Hendo, he has the leg kick and the overhand. Mostly used times the overhand, right? Doesn't throw much else. If I'm using Hendo, and also with guys like Lyoto and Anderson, I am forced to throw up. I am heavily encouraged to throw. Strikes that they don't really use, like uppercuts a lot, uppercuts and hooks to the body, because it's a window of success for those fighters where it shouldn't really be. The game you should be able to fight like Machida with lots of straights and still have a lot of success. You still be able to have a lot of success. I don't get it. Yeah, but the thing is, if you get like uppercuts are so much more. Like, if you mix an uppercut into a combo, that's so much more than just using straights, because single shots don't have the fucking damage. Let me pick Hendo here. Let me explain something. So, if I'm playing Hendo, right, I'm going to use little movement, not a ton of head movement, which makes it really fucking difficult. It's because you need head movement in this game to get efficient strikes off. First of all, he doesn't even have a proper H-bomb. That's not the H-bomb. That's not a H-bomb. This is just a wild overhand. That's slightly more like... It's not tight enough. It's not unique enough. Again, UD3 had Hendo's right straight. If I fight like this, right, I'm trying to wait, I'm trying to time. Maybe I want to slip back a little bit and go for an overhand. I cannot fight like that because, one, my blocker's going to get broken. Two, there's just a hailstorm of strikes coming my way, and I have to fight unrealistically to counter them. I can't fight like Hendo, and let me put it this way. Perhaps if I had Hendo power, if they were doing that, like throwing all these kind of strikes, where normally if they were throwing a ton of strikes, I have to use head movement, get a slip counter off, right? If this game had true Hendo power and they were doing that, perhaps I could time one of their strikes with a H-bomb, would seriously hurt them, or seriously rock them. Or knock them down with a proper TKO system where you can block, you can sway, you can catch punches. Not in this game, but assuming that you could, because it would be unfair otherwise if it was just a it would be pretty unfair. It's unfair as it is, the knockdown system. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like, you can have... And here's the thing, right? There would be ways to beat that, because defensive tools would be good. They'd be better, be more responsive. There would be ways to beat a guy like Hendo or Ngannou. You have to stick and move. There is no advantage to sticking and moving on this game. Like, truly sticking and moving. There just isn't. It's not a better strategy against guys like... I mean, yes, you technically have to stick and move. No, you don't actually have to stick and move against... Like, you don't have to stick and move against guys like Hendo or Ngannou. You should be heavily incentivized to stick and move against guys like that who have crazy power, who should have crazy power. Where's Ngannou? Here we go. Weakest chin, Arlovsky, right? You guys remember how Arlovsky got dropped by the first shot, right? Watch this. I don't care, vulnerability or not. If I hit you with an Ngannou bomb, it should do significant damage. Significant. It should rock you almost every time. Almost every time. Right, so I'm going to do some moving forward, right? That should have rocked him. That should have rocked him. That should have rocked him. That did rock him, but it took 4 of them. I'm not sure if moving forward does more damage. I always thought it did. This is rocking him at least, but I did hit him with 3 before. But look, it hasn't knocked him out yet. It knocks him down. If that's a proper TKO state, okay, they should be defensive options on the ground there. Like, why is he not out cold by now? He should be out cold. Look at this. These knockdown states, like, it feels like a way for them. How do I say this? Those knockdown states feel like they're there because there isn't enough power normally and they want you to have a way to finish it. But, like, that shouldn't be how it is. Ngannou uppercuts. Yep. That should be, I mean, okay, if you're going to knock him down like that, just let that be a fucking knockout. Do you know what I mean? Half of those should be a straight knockout. Still not gone. Somehow. Still not gone. Yeah, he'd be in serious trouble. Still not gone. They rely so much on these finish the fight sequences, which they should either be clean knockouts or proper finish the fight sequences like QD3. We should probably be on the first or second try. He's going to get knocked out now, see? How many was that? 8 knockdowns with Francis Ngannou. I do not give a fuck. You could be fucking Adonis Creed and you can't take that. What the fuck, EA? What the fuck? Let me try that again. There we go with... See? Didn't rock him. Didn't rock him. Third strike from Ngannou with a heavy right hand rocks him. What the fuck? Fourth one knocks him down. Knocks him down. That one puts him into a finish the fight state. So UD3 doesn't have as much power when it comes to... Like, the vulnerability power in this game is more than UD3 base sim power. However, the way it works is they'll put you into almost like... You'll get put into a rock state. A proper knockdown rock state where you can do a significant amount of damage. In very rare instances, this game has more power. Very rare instances. But the problem is, they just don't get knocked out. Look how long that takes. 12 knockdowns. What the fuck? I think, here's what it is, right? This game feels... Okay, let me do this. UD3 has a lot of power, right? Base strikes, most of the time. This game has more knockdowns, so where, like, knockdowns that should either be straight knockouts or TKO scenarios. That's what makes it feel like it has a bit more power sometimes. But it... No, but here's the thing. Zhao, this is the excuse everyone makes, and I don't like it. This is designed to be, supposedly, designed to be realistic and true to the sport. Now, if they market this as an arcade game, I wouldn't moan. But the fact that they market this as meant to be as realistic as possible... Get the fuck out of here with this shit. Just no. Yeah, it's not fun either. Even UFC 1 and 2, which was arcade trash, wasn't even... Not arcade trash in arcade is trash. It was just trash. And it was supposedly arcadey. Like, by design, it wasn't even good. UFC 2 was awful, except we're brawling with a friend. The only good thing about this game, the only good thing, striking-wise, to me, is Cruz and Dillashaw. They feel good. Okay. Someone tell me why Francis Ngannou, who has 100 power, Game Changer level 5, I think, or Game Changer level 4 Heavy Hands level. A lot of power. And Fedor, who has 78 chin. So, first of all, why does it take so many shots to knock him out? This isn't realistic in the slightest. 1, 2, 3. 3 rocks him. 4 rocks him, knocks him down. Now, that right there, that should not be. That should be a straight KO, or it should be a proper TKO sequence with defensive options. The ability to sway, the ability to catch punches, the ability to block. That should be in every ground position, and it isn't, because I don't know what EA are doing, to be honest. Right, another one. He gets 78 chin. 3 knockdowns from Ngannou, 3 clean overhands from Ngannou, and 1 stun. Why is that even in the game? Why is that not at least a 1 or 2 shot knockout? Now, you'd have to improve the defensive options to fix that, or to make it balanced. I've had some good fights with friends, and sometimes it can feel realistic, right? But it just... I don't know how to explain it, but it just isn't all there. It's still sluggish, even in those moments. It's still unresponsive. It's still illogical. Because the damage system isn't there. Because when you play this game on ranked, it really... When you play this game online, it really... Fuck you and your death combo. When you play this game on ranked, it really showcases the lack of realism. Let me say that. You can only play realistic if someone else is willing to play realistic as well. You shouldn't be able to not play realistic. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me put it this way. You should be able to brawl, but like you should be able to... You shouldn't... The formula for success should be realism. And it just isn't on this game. I can't get it to the ground because I have no proper... I can't... There's no... Like... I can't get in a... I can't go for a proper shot where I can struggle. So I can't beat him skill for skill. It's so stat-based. I think what it is you can produce the illusion of realism with a friend. But on a fundamental level, this game just isn't realistic. Like, strike output-wise, you can make it, you know, a bit more realistic with a friend. But damage-wise, response-wise, you just can't, because that's the way the game is. This game's high level is not realistic in the slightest. I've seen gameplay from really high level guys. It's not realistic. It's all strikes that are the most effective in the meta. That shouldn't be how realistic an MMA game should be at a high level. Like on the feet, nobody... Like say they're using Olynyk, which they won't, but they're using Olynyk. Nobody at a high level will ever go for looping strikes. Which they should do if they're using Olynyk, but there's no threat from those overhands. From Olynyk, the wild overhands. This game should not facilitate the bullshit. Which it does. It facilitates the spam. It shouldn't be a thing. There should be no spam. There shouldn't, or at least there shouldn't be much of it. They should be easily punished with realistic shots. But it isn't. The amount of success you can have with anyone using meta combos that don't relate to their fighter at all is insane. I will leave it on that. I'm done with this game. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you all for coming by. I hope you enjoyed that. The rants I had. And yeah, I'll see you next time.